We were wrong about the Dallas Cowboys. And what I mean by that is, 3-4 weeks ago, everyone thought they were dead in the water. It was another wasted season, and probably Dak Prescott was going to be gone by next year. But things are starting to change. And why? How are they starting to change? They made a bunch of moves at the deadline to add players that could drastically help this defense. And now you have Kenny Clark, you have Quinnen Williams, and you've got a bunch of other guys along this defensive line that were already here, and they are making a massive impact on this roster. And in this video, we're going to break down exactly how they are doing that. And in this game versus Philadelphia, let's be honest, they started off terribly. The offense had a couple of really bad turnovers in the red area, right? They just weren't playing good enough football. But then switch was flipped, and this team is starting to win a lot of football games. And right here, we are going to see a kind of slide protection off to the right as they want to kind of double team Kenny Clark. Now that you have someone that really forces defense to double team or slide in certain directions, we create one-on-ones everywhere else. Boom, 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 and then we even blitz off the edge here. That's 4 one-on-one situations that we absolutely love. And watch Quinnen Williams. He's just going to manhandle this left guard. He's going to get to the inside shoulder and just boom, bulldoze right through him. Now in this situation, we can force a lot of bad things for an offense, whether it's a bad throw by the quarterback, boom, a bad decision by the quarterback, boom, an interception. Obviously, we are so close to getting an interception right here. We don't come away with it on this play. But again, just by getting pressure on the quarterback, you can now force these really bad plays. You can force an interception, a sack, a forced fumble, a holding call on the offensive line. And now that they have Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams, along with Osa Odighizuwa, Sam Williams, Dante Fowler, Solomon Thomas, Donovan Ezeraku, James Houston, Jadeveon. I mean, dude, this team is loaded with guys who can get to the quarterback, and I am absolutely pumped. So we're going to break down the film. Before we do so, make sure you hit the like button. Hype the video if you guys can. It helps out so much in terms of getting it out to more Cowboys fans. Let's dive in. Look at this play here. They're going to try to pull the center from left to right as they set up this quick little screen to Saquon Barkley. But with that, they're trying to get this right guard to get back in front of Quinnen Williams. Now, the one thing that people don't realize about Quinnen Williams is, yes, he's a really big dude, but he is really quick. He's got a good first step, and with that first step, you're just not going to be able to pull off a play like this. And boom, they pull the center. It does not work cleanly, and right away, Quinnen Williams gets a free lane to the quarterback. Now from here, because that right guard gets beat, he gets in the way of Saquon Barkley. Now he just tosses the ball up into nobody, and again, potentially a really risky play here for the Philadelphia Eagles. But such a good job by Quinnen Williams just dominating this play, just being way too fast for them to handle it. And that's what you love to see. Again, the defense really picked up, speed in the second half, and they were shut down. There was nothing the Philadelphia Eagles could do in the second half. And then the offense picked up. We know how good this Dallas Cowboys offense can be. They had a couple of mistakes early in the game, but once they cleaned up that Cavante Turpin fumble, that pick in the end zone by Dak Prescott, things really started to turn around quickly. Really quickly, before we dive into this play right here, do me a big favor, guys. One, hit the like button, but most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Dallas Cowboys throughout the entirety of this season. Offense, defense, individual player breakdowns, whatever you guys want to see, we got you guys covered. So join the family, turn on your post notifications. Again, hype the video if possible. Let's keep going. Another solid play here. Another play we're able to kind of apply pressure on the quarterback, and what they do is they're going to have a little play action over here. They're going to pull this left guard to the right. Everyone else is kind of going to be in a full slide off to the opposing side of the play action, right? So as this ball is snapped, you're going to see an initial double team on Osa Odighizuwa as they slide to him, right? Leaving one-on-ones both here. Quinnen Williams into the outside, you kind of get a one-on-one opportunity as well. But what we end up doing, I wouldn't say poorly. Jalen Hurts is just a really good playmaker in space. And right here, you see Osa Odighizuwa, because he is being double-teamed, his job is now lane integrity. He's got to play with lane integrity, because when you rush 4, you see lanes start to open up. Point A, right? Even point B, you can get through there. So what happens is if you play with a lane integrity, you're just the guy that waits for him to make that decision, whether he goes right or left, and then you break on it, right? So on this play specifically, Hurts is going to act like he's going this way. You see Osa kind of overcommit that way, and now we leave the right side open, and he ends up picking up, I believe, 7 yards on this play before they get him down. But again, Quinnen Williams off that right side. Look at his ability to get pressure here. Bulldozes through. I get it, he falls, but he does create that instant pressure on Jalen Hurts. Another really close opportunity for a sack. Ultimately, they do pick up some yards. Monday Night Football is officially here. We got Packers, we got Eagles. Should be a really good game. At least in my opinion, it's got that potential. Now, I'm having so much fun on the Sleeper app. I can possibly over 1,000x my money every single day on this app, and it has been so much fun so far. And I kind of wanted to share you some of my picks before we do so. Now, you guys can see them, but if you use my promo code DUBS, you see it right here, you are going to get a 100% match deposit up to $100, which means if you put in $100, they're going to give you $100. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50, right? It is a steal, I would do it just for that. Now, take a look at my picks. I'm going Saquon Barkley, more than 50 rushing yards. A.J. Brown, more than 40 receiving yards. Jalen Hurts, at least 1 touchdown. Jordan Love, more than 200 passing yards. And Romeo Doubs, more than 40 receiving yards. It's all lower than you may think, and I think it's safe. 30 to win 63. Not too crazy, not too wild. Let me know what you guys are doing for tonight. Are you going big? Are you staying safe? Let me know, and let's get back to the video. Another nasty play here. Watch Osa Odighizuwa. Essentially, they come out in 12 personnel, which means 1 running back in the backfield, 2 tight ends here to the bottom side. They're going to work on kind of this double team to the bottom side versus Dante Fowler. From there, they're kind of going to slide this offensive line over to Osa Odighizuwa. But what he's going to do is he's going to bounce to the inside shoulder pretty much immediately. Look how quickly he's able to get off the snap. You're going to see the center actually plant that right foot into the ground. All the weights to the outside shoulder right here. And now we have all the leverage in the world to get to them through the A-gap because they're sliding their offensive line to the right. They got 2 double teams here. Right, you see 2 combo blocks, and then from there, Osa just, boom, blows up this play. Again, when you can get pressure on the quarterback, you can force bad throws, bad decisions. And right here, he just kind of throws us up into a prayer and ultimately does overthrow Devontae Smith. But, I mean, you are very close to throwing an interception to this deep safety if he didn't bite down on A.J. Brown. And obviously, if you don't get pressure here, they probably have A.J. Brown over the middle for a quick little pickup. So great job by the defensive line. Osa Odighizuwa was everywhere in this game. I believe he had 5 QB pressures in this game, 1 sack, 3 hurries. Quinnen Williams had 8 pressures. 8 pressures, 7 hurries. This team has a new look to it, and they are scary. Another great play here off the edges. Sam Williams does a great job. James Houston does a great job. We're going to get to the outside shoulder, lower our center of gravity. You're going to see him use a strong arm to swat down the outside arm of this tackle. Same thing over here. We're going to get a little bit of outside leverage off the edge. From here, our interior guys, let me clean this up. Boom. We're going to reach the point of attack, and then kind of lane integrity over to the right side. A little bit of a tackle stunt. Now, watch off the edge here with Sam. He gets to the outside, use that strong arm or inside arm to swat down, lowers his center of gravity to get underneath pad level, and then boom, kind of explodes off the edge. Same thing over here. James Houston does a good job containing, and then here comes Osa playing with that lane integrity, forcing. And again, right here, if Osa wasn't playing with that lane integrity, Jalen Hurts could have easily taken this up the left sideline for a massive pickup. Osa kind of contains him back into the pocket. James Houston regains that leverage to the outside, and then boom, they force a throwaway. Again, I thought the defensive line did really good. Now, if you look at the stats from the season, guys, no, they're not great. You see, they're ranking about 27 in interception percentage. Jerron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, obviously he's been out for a while, have not been able to force a lot of interceptions. Their QB sack percentage is down at 21, but this is slowly starting to go up. That is a good sign. Now, in this game, only had 1 sack, but that is fine. All I look for in a defense is being able to apply pressure because, like I said before, when you can apply pressure, you can force turnovers. So hopefully that continues to go up. We know this is one of the best offenses in football right now. 4th in points per game. That number is really, really good. They're also one of the best offensive lines in football as well, which is unbelievable. If they can get this defense continuing to play like they did in this game, I think they will be not only a playoff team, but someone that can compete and maybe go on a run. We'll see. But ultimately, I am going to end this video here. I broke down pretty much a couple of pressures that I liked in this game. But we still have a lot more to break down. We can do some individual player breakdowns. Probably, I'm not really too sure who you guys would want to see. But maybe overshown. We'll see. Let me know what you guys want to see. Just let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys for part 2, which should be soon. Peace.